Hello and welcome to Deccan Herald. Continuing our coverage of the elections, today we have a discussion on the press conference that has happened. Congress has held a press conference. To discuss this with me, I have my colleagues Sumit Pandey and Shemin Joy. I am Viju Cheryan. Today's press conference, the Congress has alleged that the BJP, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is crippling the Congress financially. Shemin, can you please give a quick background and speed us up as to what has led to today's press conference, the events?
See, there's a background of a month at least to this press conference. So a month ago, or maybe a little 5 weeks ago, Congress had held a press conference claiming that there are 4 accounts. Initially, they said 4 accounts. 4 accounts have been frozen by the Income Tax Department on the basis of a claim of or a penalty imposed on it of 210 crore. So they said later in the day in February they said that 11 accounts were frozen because on the basis of a claim IT notice, based on an IT notice. They said that the notice was based on a cash component. They declared 14 lakh rupees in cash, which were contributed to the party by the MPs. On that basis, as well as a delay of around 30 days, on that, their accounts running into 210 crore was frozen. Now, the Congress went to the Income Tax Tribunal, they didn't get any relief. They went to the Delhi High Court, they didn't get a relief. The Delhi High Court actually asked them to go back to the tribunal. So, Congress is building up a political campaign around this freezing of their accounts. They say that the political parties are not supposed to, under law they don't need to pay income taxes, and at the fag end of like when an election is going to happen, the Narendra Modi government is planning to cripple their accounts. They are not being allowed to use their funds to fund their campaign, to run their campaign.
I'll just read out a couple of quotes that were made by the Congress leaders in today's press conference. Sumit, this is for you. One of the quotes is, "We can do no campaign work. Our ability to fight elections has been damaged." This is the former Congress President Rahul Gandhi. The current president has said, "Defreeze our accounts to ensure a level playing field in polls." The another quote reads that, "I appeal to constitutional bodies that they should allow our party to access bank accounts if they want free and fair polls." Kharge again has made the statement. What do you make of all these statements?
See, first of all, I think BJP was very quick to respond to it. In fact, they were sort of preempting it. So, fielding Ravi Shankar Prasad, the former law minister, to answer these questions. And I think most of the responses were obviously political in nature, considering that the allegations were also political. That Mr. Prasad has said that there seems to be an attempt by the Congress to create an alibi since they are facing an imminent defeat.
In utter desperation of imminent defeat, the Congress party at the highest level sought to create an alibi today.
And if at all Congress has a problem, then they should approach the constitutional bodies, the very constitutional bodies that they have mentioned. That is the appellate tribunal, the courts, various courts of law at the various levels, and which they have already done, and they have not got the relief. So, which means BJP is saying that there are issues and which they need to sort out with the department and with the constitutional bodies, in this case the court. But for Congress, I think the important aspect obviously is the finances, that you need money during the elections to run the campaign, obviously. But then also Congress seems to be, in elections, these sort of emotive issues tend to also work for political parties. And if you go by, some of the best campaigns that have happened in the past, even where you look at, in the history also, that some of the online fundraising, works best when the political party or a person associated with it is under attack. Okay. And it's not only here. There is a lot of academic research in politics which goes on to say. If you remember, there was a very interesting anecdote about the Barack Obama's second elections, when there was a Republican Party conference wherein a top Hollywood star, he was made to sit in front of an empty chair, and he berated an empty chair where Obama was supposed to be sitting. And in the evening, the Barack Obama campaign, they issued just one Twitter image it's an over-the-shoulder shot of just showing the head of somebody who looks like Obama, saying that this seat is already taken.
Interestingly, political funding, and when you're an attack, we all remember Aam Aadmi Party the first time they went.
You tend to get
and
sympathy from your supporters.
how they actually, crowdfunding was actually really boosted by
For
them.
Aam Aadmi Party. So I think that's another aspect. Obviously, they are also into fighting elections. So yes, there is one aspect, they don't have money, but then politically there are other aspects to it also.
Shaman, let me come to this. In the midst of all this, there is a 31-year-old tax assessment which is being discussed. Ajay Makan had made a mention to it. It's an interesting bit. Can you shed a bit more light on it?
Yeah, that was an interesting bit. We all, while listening to the press conference, basically Makan said that last week the Congress has received a tax notice pertaining to the year 1993-94 when Sitaram Kesri was the treasurer. So according to him, that the IT department has asked them to calculate the penal charges for that year. So that happened 31 years ago. So they are also highlighting this thing. They are trying to project an image where the Congress party is under attack. He's being unnecessarily attacked, targeted, crippled with the funds. So like Sumit said, they are trying to work on a sympathy factor politically. So this will energize their cadre. That is what they believe. They are spreading a message that okay, we are under attack, we are the underdog right here. So, and on that sympathy factor, they are working on it. So that is why the Sitaram Kesri episode they are highlighting.
Yeah,
even Rahul Gandhi also mentioned about it during the press conference.
And I'll come to you, Shaman, again. Today's press conference, even Sonia Gandhi attended. It's a rare thing that she does it these days, especially given that she's taken a back seat. Her presence in the press conference today, does that signify what is the Congress trying to project over here?
I think this is the first time after the 2019 manifesto release that, if I remember correctly, that she attended a press conference by the Congress. Anyway, I mean, after the COVID pandemic struck, she has never attended any press conferences. Her first appearance, a public appearance in a rally. I mean, there were appearances. She used to attend parliament. She used to attend party meetings, internal meetings, and all. The first addressing a public rally was during the Telangana Assembly elections only. So today, Congress also roped her in. I mean, like the three top guns of Congress: the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, their face, and Sonia Gandhi, their former party chief, as well as the current parliamentary party chairperson. So bringing in Sonia is very interesting because this also shows that Congress is going on an attack mode.
Okay.
And especially when she is taking a backseat in electoral politics, they are not leaving any stone unturned in taking up the fight. I mean, till now, there were complaints from within the party that Congress is not on a didn't have that killer spirit, or even the Rahul Gandhi one was on a yatra and all, but like the campaign plan was not shaping up.
It's interesting you're saying Congress is in an attack mode. I'm going to flip it, Sumit, to you. Does this give an image that the Congress is a bit jittery? I'm asking this because we are in the midst of heated discussions on electoral bonds. All this leads to electoral funding, how political parties are funded. And here we have a tax notice of an alleged irregularity by the Congress party. Do you think a greater discussion over here regarding political funding is where the discussion should be going?
That discussion is already on, but just to add on to what Shamin said, see, in electoral politics, nothing succeeds like success. You are a leader only as long as you can win the elections or you have won the elections. So, the people who are there in the top actual echelons of the Congress party, she's the only one who's won elections for the Congress.
Okay.
And she commands respect within the cadre because of her ability to have done that. The day you win elections for the party, you are a leader there. I mean, people may try to project you and do anything for you, but if you get votes from the public, it is in the democratic process only then you are. So within the cadre and otherwise also, I think her position within the present ranks, she is the first amongst equal, even though she may not be holding any position. Okay. So how word matters to the cadre. That's just one point to that. Then coming to the electoral funding, I think we've come a long way in the last 75 years. I mean, initially, obviously, candidates did not have money to contest, campaign this way. But yes, over the years, muscle power, money power and all has crept in. and there have been reforms over the years. The electoral bond scheme was one such reform, one such measure by the government to do it. The Supreme Court has struck it down, saying that it was not a transparent measure. But I think there are other ways and mechanism, and I think one has to, Indian democracy as it evolves, has to look into some of the Western democracies, how they have been able to do it. Yeah. So not only the electoral funding in an American election starts from somebody bidding for the candidacy, even at the local level, for the governorship or anything within the party. Even when you're campaigning and you're projecting oneself, there is a proper mechanism to do it.
But there you have lobbying, which is much more open, and
Yes.
it's also criticized over there.
It is criticized, but there are, that's what I'm saying, there are various methods and ways and means which various Western democracies are using. I'm not saying that everything is very...
Take the best from everywhere.
Yeah. So, but there could be ways. And I think what the Chief Election Commissioner also said was important in that context when he held that press conference. He said, yes, we need transparency, but at the same point in time, there would be even people who would be wanting, the donors would be wanting some privacy also, There are certain aspects to it also. So that aspect, how you are able to marry the two, is a critical aspect. It's not going to happen in one day, but then over a period of time, as it happens in every mature democracy, it's going to evolve.
Okay. Before I wind up, Shaman is of the view that Congress coming with its top leadership for the press conference is a sign of it attacking, or to say playing on the front foot. Do you think that's the case? Is it being defensive?
I think that's precisely what they have to do.
Are we seeing an offensive Congress, or are we seeing a defensive one? Because here, after you're actually being pushed to a corner, is the Congress coming out and being defensive over here?
No, I don't think. What are the options? If you look at it, if they are facing the financial crunch, they might as well make it a political issue also. There is obviously a legal side to it, but then there is a political aspect to it, as in every election. So they are trying to make the best of it, as any other political party would do it.
I will add to it, because see, what was said in this press conference is nothing new. Because a month ago or 5 weeks ago, Ajay Maken and Jairam Ramesh had made the same points. When the first notice came, when the first issue came in, when the freezing of the accounts happened. So today, Maken explained it once again with more details. But Rahul or Sonia and Kharge speaking about it from the same podium means it's an attack mode. And like Sumit said, they don't have another option, especially with the elections around the corner. I don't think they have an option. They have to play it in the front foot. They have to be on an attack mode. They have to corner the government, at least try and tell the people that, okay, this is the problem. They are saying that the democracy is in danger. Rahul Gandhi said democracy is in danger. Then he has to explain how democracy is in danger.
Whether the Congress will be able to actually put this message across to the people, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Shaman, for your time. For more news and updates on this, stay tuned to DeccanHerald.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.